race at Richmond here for the Cobra E Racing Series. Uh, Took a little break here from the Xfinity race with our winner of Derek Cope, and second was Mopal or Cat, and third was Memory. Yep, Memory. So, yeah, we're just coming back. We're coming back with the Cup cars here shortly. And once again, we're joined in the broadcast booth here with my buddy broadcaster Clay.
Oh yeah, we're in here.
So yeah, what do you thinking for tonight, Clay? Here with those guys coming down for cut night here, going from 8 to 6.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking for a race winner here, it's really hard to pick against Big Jim. He's my pick tonight. This is his home racetrack, and he loves racing here. Also heard he's racing to win tonight. So when Big Jim's racing to win, it's really hard to pick against him. He's our defending winner from last week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Big Jim last week. Yep, for sure. Yeah, so he automatically locked himself into the next round. And so it's going to be interesting. I believe down at the bottom there's a battle with Mike G, and I'm not thinking of the other guy, but I know there's a tight battle there for that 6th and final spot. I think everybody else is pretty safe, I believe. But once we get into the race here, maybe we'll take a look at points as we wait for the invite. We'll take a second here and we'll just look at it right now. Yeah, so I believe Drunkfest is not going to be making it tonight. I believe he's on vacation, so he has only a 1 point. He's only a 1 point up on that cut line over Mike G. So Mike G shows up tonight, and JCR Clashing is only 3 out of that 6th place spot. So it's a really tight battle. So if you got Sharp, possibly Blakey T. They have a bad night, and Mike G and Clashing have a great night. Yeah, there could be a little swap here for that final 6 there in going into next week at Watkins Glen. Clay, are you still with us? I do believe maybe we lost Clay. I don't know if he's having some technical issues, but yeah, as we go forward here, we're going to take a look.
Out now.
There, I got you now, buddy. You're back.
There we go. But I don't even know where I cut off there. Something must have happened with my microphone. But I do believe we are going to be saying goodbye to Drunkfest, and potentially, it depends on how long he's able to race, JCR Clashing, because he's already planning to start in park at the worst. Okay. So I think Mike G is gonna make the next round. I think we can go ahead because we're not going to see Drunkfest tonight. I think we can go ahead and lock in Picola with 33 points. I think Celtics is going to be good at plus 16. I think they're set to go there. I don't really think that those guys are really sweating all that much. Blakey T, unless absolute catastrophe happens, he'll be fine. Sharp might be feeling under the gun a little bit, but Sharp is really going to depend on how long JCR Clashing is around in this race. So yeah, I think your top 6 are going to wind up being Jim, Picola, Celtics, Blakey T, Sharp, and Mike G is what I think it's going to be ultimately.
For sure, that's what I said. when your mic cut away, that's all I was kind of mentioning with Sharp. He's probably, if he has a bad night, he could be a tough night for him if he has a mishap out there.
Correct.
So yeah, as we're just waiting for the green light from Sauce. Let me check my phone again.
I don't have a green light yet.
So yeah, like I said, we're waiting for our green light here to join the race. Going into next week a little bit, we're going to hit a road course here coming into that first race of the second round at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a mix. It's a mixed reaction. I know the guys that are fast, they are in the class running up front. They love road courses, so it's going to kind of fit these guys a little bit. I think they're excited for it, even though I would say more guys are not a fan of road courses than guys that are. So, Clay, what's your take on road courses? How do you feel? What's your opinion on them?
I'm not a fan of road courses. I'm not that great of a road racer. Especially in this game. I don't know. They're just not really my cup of tea.
Right, same here. I mean, I run them when I totally have to. I just try to stay out of people's way and get through the race because it's just tough for me. I'm not everybody kind of knows I'm not a 2-foot racer with my pedals. I've never been able. I've tried and tried and tried, but I can never get it down. So I race with 1 foot from gas to brake, and you definitely need 2 feet to be good on a road course.
Running a little bit behind, but I think they're waiting on someone to join the race, so. Yep, we're waiting on another driver.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, normally Sauce is pretty hardcore when he comes to running race lobbies, but apparently he felt the need that we're gonna. I'm not sure who it is who we're waiting on, and it's totally fine. But yeah, I mean, get them in here. We can get them in here, man. It's what it's all about to have these guys get in here and race and have some fun. So it looks like we got the green light to join.
Do we have the green light?
Yep, sir. So I believe we're going to be running a night race again here at Richmond. I believe that's what Sauce said, or at least both races are going to be the night race. Just take a little time to load here up here tonight.
Could the servers be having a little bit of fun with us tonight?
I'm in. I am in. And it looks like I'm riding along here. It looks like our pole sitter, the number 14 of Blakey T in that Ford Mustang, followed closely by the number 11 of, that'd be Sharp in that Toyota. Followed by him, the Big Jim in that 24. So I got the top 3 out there, Clay, if you're in. You can
yeah, I'm in here and taking a look at the fourth place runner. Fourth place runner, GTR Mike. In that really nice looking Toyota Skittles Camry. Really nice looking car. He's battling here for fourth with the 42 of Mopau Celtics, so we did get him into the race as well. Big Jim is in there. I see P. Cole out on the track as well. He's around for tonight's race. So yeah, got a lot to look forward to here, but Blakey tees off with the lead.
Yeah, so a little breakdown on the race here. Looks like we got we just crossed the line here. Looking at, there's 36 laps left in this stage to run. Looks like a fuel run is 52, so I don't believe these guys are going to have to be making any pit stops here early on in the first couple stages, I think. But yeah, that's what we're running right now. We're down to about, like I said, there's going to be like 34 to go here in stage 1. And yeah.
And here we can officially note this. We have our round of 6 drivers. We do not have JCR clashing tonight, and we do not have Drunk Fest. So they are going to be the 2 eliminated. They were not able to make the race.
Oh, terrible, terrible. And like you said, Clashing had all intentions to at least start and park. And it's just too bad he was not unable to make that.
So we'll go ahead and roll through our 6, moving on to the round of 6, which will be next week as we're headed for Watkins Glen, as you mentioned a little bit earlier. If you want to scroll over our top 6, since we're already going here, let's go ahead and roll through them. We'll start with the third place runner of Big Jim. He won last week at Kansas, so he automatically locked himself into the next round, but he's been really strong this year, leads the series and wins. He's won 4 so far this year to go with 9 top 5s as well as 11 top 10s. He does have a pole this year as well as 5 stage wins, and a grand total of 17 playoff points. And he's the very first guy moving forward. A little further back in the pack, we have the 19 of P. Cola Gator. Right now comes into this race 33 points above the cutoff, but of course he will be making it to the next round. Was the regular season champion for us. He did have 2 wins this year. He is also tied for the series lead and starts with 15. This is number 16 for him. He also has 7 top 5s and a league best 13 top 10s with 4 stage wins. So it's been a good year for that 19 team. We'll see if they can put it together here and pick up a championship. Right there, right in front of him, is the third place guy in the playoffs. That's the 42 of Mopau Celtics. He's had a really good year. He's got 3 wins to his name, having won his very first race earlier this year at Dover. He is third in the standings with 14 playoff points. Of course, 3 wins in total, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s. He's had to miss 2 or 3 races, so he could really be the series leader if he had been able to make all those races. But he'll be moving on to the round of 6 here next week. And then moving up to our race leader, the 14 of Blakey T. He is going to be your 4th guy advancing on. He came in 12 points above the cut line. This is his 15th start this year. He does not have a win yet, so we're waiting to see that 14 in victory lane this year. He did say that he felt like he had the strategy to get a championship, so we'll be curious to see how the 14 handles that. He only has 1 playoff point to his name with 1 stage win, but he does have 5 top 5s and 9 top 10s. Same as Mopau Celtics, in fact, but looks like he's really, really loose getting into 1 there. But the guy right behind him there in the 2nd spot, the 11 of Sharp, is the 5th guy moving forward there, Butters. He's only 5 points above the cut line coming into tonight, but with the other 2 not being able to show up, he will be advancing. And this is his 16th start in 16 races, 5 top 5s, 11 top 10s. He does lead the series in poles. He has 3 poles to go with 3 stage wins. Those are his 3 playoff points. But he also won the All-Star race at Homestead earlier this year. And so Sharp is the 5th guy moving on. And then, of course, the last guy that'll be moving on, moving a little further back through the pack, is this throwback number 88 of Mike G, having been traded about mid-year to Sauce's team from Chewy's team to drive this number 88. He barely made it into the playoffs. Back in, let me see, where did we finish the year at? We finished at Texas.
Texas.
And so he barely made it through at Texas, and now he's going to find himself in the round of 6. He is also winless on the year, but he does have 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and 2 poles to go with 2 stage wins, which are his 2 playoff points. So that is our top 6. That'll be moving on to the round of 6.
And there you go. There you have it. Great job, Clay. Yeah, like I said, he just had to run through the top 6, and I think we're gonna jump back up front. I believe. Let's see. We're gonna go back through the field here right now. I'll just take a quick glance here. I believe there's. I'm gonna get it here in 2 seconds. We are coming down. We got 21 laps in the stage yet, so we're gonna be riding around here. We got the number 9 of Long Live the Sauce here, the captain of Litzen Motorsports. We already checked in with the number 42 in Mopower Celtics. Driving the number 2 car tonight, that Ford Mustang, is of Warpig. Mike Marini running in that number 41 Ford Mustang. Checked in with P. Kohler. We're driving that number 10 Ford Mustang for, what the heck is Chase's name again? Eclipse Motorsports, the number 10 of Turf Tech. We got the number 20 at GTR Jacob. The number 12, hot seating Chewy's ride tonight, running in that 12 car, is Climb Boy. And the 48 is our Xfinity winner. Derek Cope got a hot seat for Litzen.
Yeah, and so to shed some light on that, Drunk Fest did have to work. Sludge was the one that was on vacation for Litzen this week over on the Xfinity side of things. But Drunk Fest, his work schedule changed, couldn't make the rest of the races this year. And so he's going to be eliminated along with JCR Clashin. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Cope getting the 48 tonight as a hot seat.
Right, and as we're going back here, riding with the 21, a Cushion Pushin', driving that 21 Ford. And I believe that is through the field. We're back up front here with Blakey T. Clay.
Yep, and he's followed closely behind by Big Jim there. These are the 2. And I picked Big Jim, but I also said Blakey T would finish second. I could really see that being the other way, and I could also see Sharp getting up there and making it interesting. I really think that those 3 are some of the better ones in this race, or are really just the 2 best in this race. But I also think P. Cola is going to get up there at a certain point here tonight. Same for Mopower Celtics. I mean, they're playoff drivers. They're putting more effort forth because they know they have to race their way in. I think I had a couple other guys that I was looking at for tonight. I said Sauce was a long shot. He just got around Marini, and I'll talk more about that here in just a second. But I wanted to see who I had picked for earlier today, if I could find it, for the top 5.
So as I'm looking here just at the front battle here, Clay, quick, it looks like Big Jim has got around the number 11 of Sharp, and the 14 and the 24 have put a little bit of gap on the 11 car. But the 24 is pressuring hard on Blakey T. Lap or so ago, he got underneath him for a move. They ran kind of side by side, but Blakey T was able to hold him off for now.
Yeah, I had Big Jim for the win, Blakey T second, P. Cola third, Celtics fourth, Mike G fifth. So I did not have Sharp in my top 5, and he was awfully critical of me about that earlier. So he's already showing that he belongs in the top 5 tonight. And the thing is this league is just incredibly talented, and you can really just go with anyone, to be honest.
Right. I mean, it's just like I said. It ain't. There's definitely not. It's. These guys are up here in this Cup series. You got. It ain't just 2, 3, 4 strong cars. I mean, you could definitely basically go through this whole. I mean, for sure, you could say 12 cars, 15 cars, is anybody's guess. But yeah, it's super exciting to watch these guys race every Friday night, be able to broadcast this out and call the action. But Yeah, and a great group of guys too. Also, I gotta say that, Clay. I mean, these guys are some of these guys. They're very opinionated, but yet at the end of the day, they're out there having a good time, man.
Yeah, and we had a switch for the lead there in that interchange there. We got a caution on the racetrack? No. Cars are just moving weird for me. But Big Jim did go around Blakey T for the race lead. Blakey T didn't really fight him too much. I think he might now have just realized that he's in, so he'll just save his stuff for maybe a little bit later in the stage. Let me see if I can get a look at how many we got to go here. There are 8 laps to go this time by. This will be 7 to go, I believe. So, yeah. And we'll see if Sharp can run these guys down a little bit here, too. But I wanted to step back here before we get to the end of this stage. Now, Sauce, and it looks like the 21... Is that the 21 back there? Who is that? Yeah, 21 of Cushion Pushin'.
Yep.
Yeah, so Sauce and Cushion Pushin' have gotten around Marini. But here's the interesting thing for Sauce and Marini. If you take a look at the points, and what is considered to be the best of the rest, Marini has a 6-point lead over Sauce. So Sauce is trying to run him down for that 9th spot in points. And so that battle's ongoing. On top of that, let's not count out GTR Jacob just yet. He's only 39 points behind Marini. And I would not count out that 18 of GTR Mike. He's 52 back. So we could have a 4-car battle here for 9th in points. The best of the rest, I guess you could say. But, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's kind of a cool way to look at it. You know, to be able to give these guys that aren't in the playoffs, that show up week in and week out, and they're still out there racing, trying to get W's and wins. And it's good that you know, Clay, that you recognize these guys have that battle for, like you said, the best of the rest.
Oh yeah. See the 12 of Kleinboy getting lapped there. It will be 2 laps to go next time by, so they're working 3 to go. I think Blakey T is going to... I don't know that he's content with sitting back and giving the stage to Jim, but I think he realizes that it's early. It's not really worth trying to force it too much here, as they've taken 2 to go here.
Right, I mean, it's basically just, let's just ride it out. You know, Blakey T is going to have a good stage here. He's going to pick up some points, and race is early, and I'm sure these guys are going to throw their adjustments in here, so it's going to be interesting.
So we work the final lap of stage number 1 here at Richmond. Blakey T's going to close up on the 24 just a little bit there, though, down the back straightaway. I don't think he's going to have enough to catch him, but Blakey T throws it off into 3, though. He closes another couple tenths, but off of 4, stage 1 goes to last week's winner, Big Jim. Chalk up stage win number 6 on the year for Big Jim, and he'll notch himself another playoff point to add to his total, which now becomes 18 playoff points.
So yeah, you got Big Jim finishing first, Blakey T second, Sharp third, Mike G comes home in fourth, Mo Power Salkis fifth, Picola Gator sixth, Mike seventh, Derek Cope comes home eighth, Sauce ninth, and you're running out your top 10 is Cushion Pushin'. So interesting there, Derek Cope there driving that 48 car tonight has worked himself up. He finished eighth that stage, so it's gonna be interesting if he's gonna have something for these guys here, as if he can continue to move up or not.
Yep, and Sauce is going to further close that gap on Marini for 9th in points. It goes from 6 to 4. But Big Jim's getting ready to set to lead us to the green flag here to open stage 2. He's going to dive it down in there, and he's pretty well clear of the rest of the field. The battle's on for second, though. It's between Blakey T and Sharp. Sharp's going to clear Blakey T, though. Not a great restart for that 14 car.
No, if I don't know if he got a little sideways or something, or how he lost a couple spots. But yeah, he settled himself back in the third place, so he looks like he's found a home there.
Further back in the pack, you saw Sauce and Marini getting 2 wide there off of 4. Now they're 3 wide behind Sauce. The battle side by side for the 10th or 11th position between Cushion and Marini. Got to get used to that 21 being Cushion pushing, and he's going to get moved up the racetrack by GTR Jacob there.
Yeah, it looks like they're out there wrinkling a little sheet metal here early in stage 2. But just quick thing, 74 laps this stage will be, so these guys will be pitting this stage at some time. I believe they have 50 some, I can't remember what I said the first stage, 54 laps of fuel, so they're going to have to,
correct.
Yep, so they're going to have a little bit of a strategy going on here. We're going to see how this all plays out here in about 50 laps from now, if we go caution free. But it looks like they've all kind of spread out already. Kind of the leaders are pretty much single file. So I don't know if they're just kind of pacing themselves, Clay, or not sure.
The battle's ongoing back here for about the 7th, 8th, and 9th positions on the racetrack. Good battle, Sauce, Marini, and Pete Cola back here. Oh, Cope got a little bit loose there off of 4, but he gathers it back up just in front of these guys. Field's kind of spread out here just a little bit. But it is sharp. He did get up there to 2nd, though. He finished 3rd in the first stage, but continuing to prove my prediction wrong. After I correctly predicted him to win the All-Star race.
Right. Well, he's got, he doesn't want to be taking any chances. I'm sure his goal is just to pick up that win tonight to automatically advance him. So I'm sure Sharp's I think he's going to be aggressive. He's going to get what he needs to get out of this.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm looking at this 24 car at Big Jim. And I mentioned this at the top of the show, that this is his home racetrack and that he has to be the odds-on favorite. If this were a betting league, too, that he would be the odds-on favorite tonight. But I'm looking at him on both my end of things, but also on his end of things, on his broadcast on YouTube. His car is absolutely working wonders for him right now. It's so smooth. He is, as a matter of fact, within the last couple laps, he's pulled away even further from Sharp.
Yeah, he definitely looking strong out there.
The battle's going strong for 2nd here. Blakey T's got back up to that 11. And if those two get to battling, watch out for the 88 and 42 there behind them. A couple other playoff drivers in the mix. So our top 5 are 5 of the 6 that we anticipate moving forward here. But after that, you got a couple non-playoff drivers here that are kind of going at it. You got the 18 of GTR Mike, as well as the 48 of Cope. Those two battling it out there for position number 6 on the racetrack. The guy you're not seeing in the picture here that is kind of struggling at this rate of time is the 19 of Pete Cola. He finds himself back here in the... that'll be the 9th position on the racetrack there behind Marini. It's not been great sledding there for that 19, who came in with quite a lead, and as we've already mentioned, will advance, but tough sledding so far for the 19 team.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out quite yet. I know he's like talking to P. I talked to P quite a bit during the week. This isn't his favorite track, but I still think he'll be up towards that frontier come 3rd stage. I'm not going to say he's going to be leading it or anything, but I think he's going to work his way up a little bit I don't think he's going to be content sitting there right around in ninth.
Yeah, I continue to watch this battle here for the second spot. I see Blakey T. His car looks pretty strong, but I don't know about pace for him right now. I think Sharp's just got him beat on pace. I think their cars look relatively similar as far as handling goes. Maybe Sharp is a bit looser out there, but I think Blakey T just has to find that pace that he's kind of lacking a little bit here. That restart certainly didn't help him. 57 laps to go in Stage 2. This will be 56 when they come back around. Couple bad laps there for the 41 of Marini. Pete Cola got around him, and then Jacob got around him, and now he's kind of looking to fend off this 9 of Sauce here a little bit. What do you have your eye on there, Butters?
I put the camera on Marini here, so as we were watching, you mentioned something about Sauce or about Jacob getting around him, and then we got the number 9 of Sauce there tailing him right now. So I don't know if he's struggling. I believe he looks like he is a little tight, Marini. So I think he's battling a handling issue here right now. Because he looks like he's getting off the corner okay. It looks like he washes up
Oh, man. Oh, man.
What do we got?
Out there in the center of 1 and 2, you got Sharp getting the apron there a little bit, kind of parks the bus right in front of Blakey T. Now driving off of 4, Blakey T's going to drive underneath the 11 and taking over that second spot. Now the 11's going to be taken too wide here by the 42 who got around the 88. I think the 88's fighting a little loose right now. But Celtic's looking to move up to that third spot. It's all gone awry here for Sharp here within the last couple laps.
Yeah, he's given up 2 positions here now in the last lap or so. Like I said, you said that he clipped the apron and got him a little out of shape, and the 14 and the 42 took advantage of it.
We've also had a change here for the 6th position. Cope continuing to impress in this hot seat. Gets around GTR Mike for that 6th spot on the track. And so that'll move him up another spot. A great showing so far. We did see Sauce go around the 20 of GTR Jacob, and Marini got back around Jacob there. So you got guys having bad laps, but then the guys right in front of them keep messing up too.
Yeah, as you can see, the number 24, he's pretty much driven off on these guys. So, like I said, we got the camera shot here. We're going to ride around here with this second, third, fourth, and the 5th place cars here as they continue to battle here. But, yeah, like I said, impressive run by the 24, Clay. He's looks like he's pretty much checked out on these guys behind.
And I'll tell you what, that 14 might be checking out a little bit here on the 42 and the 11. And that's not really a surprise either. The first stage suggested that the 24 and 14 were the 2 best cars on the track, at least to start this race. But yeah, you can just see that gap the 24's built up, and it's a big one.
Yeah, like I said, he's just pretty much driving off into the sunset there with that 24 Chevy Camaro of Litz and Motorsports of Big Jim.
Got a big battle on the racetrack for the 10th position. GTR Jacob going at it with Marini there. That is for the 10th spot on the racetrack. If you're Marini, you really want to try and score these points over Jacob here to maintain that points lead over Sauce. But Jacob gets the apron there, and he's into the wall, and there's contact with him and Marini. Marini's going to barely skate by, but he's going to lose a lot of time to Sauce there. Jacob clipped the apron, and Marini kind of ran him high a little bit, and that spelled bad news for that 20 car. You see, we got a car on pit road, trying to get a look at who that might have been. Blakey T already on pit road. He is the first car to dive it down off of the apron there in turn 4 as he will make his pit stop here with 45 laps to go in stage 2. Is this a little early, you're thinking there, Butters? It feels
Yeah,
a little early to me.
that's not even. Yeah, he's not even splitting the stage. He's actually coming in. I believe. Yeah, it's unless he's got some strategy that no one else knows. But yeah, it looks like he came in just a little bit. Maybe he used his tires up too much. Not sure what's going on, but yeah, to me it seemed like a little early, Clay.
It feels a little early to me, but I'll also say this. I think he should be okay to make it to the end of this stage, as he did pit inside 50 laps to go, and you do get 50-some laps to a tank.
Yep.
He should be able to make it, and he did come out right in front of Big Jim there. So he did avoid going 2 laps down. He is currently a lap down, as he's going to be getting by that 12 of Klein here in just a few seconds, as a matter of fact. There he goes. He's going to dive it on underneath that 12 and get around him. I believe that is for position. It should be. But that does elevate that 42 up to the second spot, and he's managed to drive away from the 11 of Sharp.
Yeah, so we're riding around back here up front here with the number 11. And like you said, Celtics he does have that position on him. So he'd be running, he'd be your second place car, that 42, I believe, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
Man, that 11 is mega loose, man. That almost was danger for the 11. He was way loose off of 2. Or at least that's what it looked like to me. But as we work towards the midpoint of stage number 2 here, we see this 24 of Big Jim is just absolutely on a rail. 39 laps remain in stage 2. It's getting ready to be 38 laps remaining. And, you know, I could see some people just making a decision to pit here within, 10, 15 laps, I think. Maybe even sooner, potentially, depending on tire wear.
Yeah, I believe the 12 car hit pit road, so...
He was struggling. I know he got the wall a couple of times there within the last 10 laps. Yeah, we got the field pretty fairly spread out here. Not a lot of battles going on. Let me check back in with this 41 and 20. There's probably the tightest battle on the racetrack. This is now for the 9th position on the racetrack, with Blakey T having pit. That 41 of Marini is going to dive it off into 3 and 4, running, not the best line. You want to try and keep it onto the bottom as tight as you can. That's going to keep the 20 in line with him here. But I think both of them are just omega tight. They are struggling big time here. Going to get a run here by the 20 onto the 41. He's going to pull up to the back bumper. No contact there, but it's a big battle here. Here comes the 20. He's going to try and look on the inside of the 41, but he's going to actually do it. Marini's going to give him the room up high. You will get a good drive off here, but down the back straightaway, Marini's going to push the 20 into 3 and 4 a little bit there, giving that position over to the 20 for the meantime. But back down the front straightaway, Jacob goes wide off the corner. That's going to send the 41 back to the inside of the 20 maybe in this corner. Yeah, I think Jacob knew it might be coming as they drive off of 2. Marini's going to go back underneath the 20. The 20's just too tight off of 2. And I believe he might be pitting here. He's going to go ahead and peel off the racetrack and head for pit road. That 20 car is.
Yeah, I was just riding around on a stream here, and it looks like Pico Gator just came off pit road, so he's made his pit stop.
For this 20 of GTR Jacob, it's going to be 4 tires and fuel. He's also going to make a wedge adjustment probably. That's going to loosen him up a little bit because he is very tight. So we're going to see how that might help this 20 team here. But it's 4 tires and fuel for that Sports Clips number 20 Camry.
33 to go, Clay.
A couple other cars on pit road too. You got the 2 of that is War Pig, but also the 48 of Derek Cope finds his way onto pit road, pitting from the 5th spot. It is still Big Jim with the lead. There are now 30 laps to go in Stage 2. So I'm looking at Jim's perspective here. He does have 16 laps of fuel remaining. But looking at his tire situation, I'm just not sure that he's making it this entire fuel run, as we do see the 9 of Sauce pitting from about the 6th or 7th spot on the racetrack, as he'll come down for 4 tires and fuel.
So yeah, like I was just checking out a couple things here. Definitely looking like the tires, the fuel is outlasting the tires. So these guys are pitting. So I could see why some guys were pitting lower. Maybe Blakey T, just the way his setup was, he was burning tires. But yeah, it looks like definitely the track is eating tires faster than the cars are burning fuel.
Yeah, here comes that 9 back out onto the racetrack.
Number 11 into the wall a little bit. As a bunch of cars get back past him, the guys that are coming off the pits. As the 19
so you got
goes
the
under.
19's on fresher tires than that 11, and so he's kind of working his way forward. He's going to run down this 88 here within the next couple laps. But Jim still managing with the lead.
As I'm looking here, looking along, it looks like one of the cars that are still out there is GTR Mike, and he's running in the 5th spot. So we got 4 cars in front of him that haven't pitted yet either, and these guys got to be getting down there with their tire wear. So I'm looking.
Here comes our 2nd and 3rd place runners as they'll come down for 4 tires and fuel. That's the 42 of Mopowa Celtics that I'm looking at right now, and then right there behind them is the 11 of Sharp as they've made their way onto pit road, and coming in the 4th place runner. Let's see who we can get for that.
18 car spun on his own going into turn 1. Heavy front
end. He's on pit lane for me. I've got him on pit lane.
Yep, he's just coming in.
With that front end damage. I was also about to say we got the 88 of Mike G on pit road as well. So that's basically going to leave. Yeah, that's correct. That leaves the 24 out as the race leader still. He's not come into pit. But right there in front of him, the 41 of Marini, that is 2nd place. Marini also has not yet pitted. So Jim basically has a lap, maybe even 2 laps on the entire field with the exception of Marini, who he's about to put a lap down. Those 2 are the only 2 out on the track that have not pitted yet. But I'd look for them in the next 5 to 7 laps. 21 laps to go here in Stage 2. They're going to stay out yet another lap here. And Jim is catching Marini too. Yeah, Marini's just going to let him go, and so Big Jim does in fact have at least a full lap on everyone, with 19 to go here. Jim's going to end up staying out. Is he going to stay another lap? No, he'll be coming in this time with 18 laps to go, but Marini will stay out on the racetrack. He'll have to come back around to get that lead from Jim. However, Jim is down for his pit stop. He'll take 4 tires, he is not taking 4 tires. He's going to take right side tires only, as well as a splash of fuel. A little bit of a wedge adjustment, perhaps. And he's going to see if he can't pull a strategy move here, having lost quite a bit of time to the rest of the field. We'll see where he comes out at. Here he comes off of pit road now. A great stop for that 24 team. Let's see where he comes out on the racetrack. Here he comes now. He'll blend in off of 2. He should blend with the lead still. Excuse me, no, the 41 of Marini has the lead as of right now. But a caution on the racetrack?
It has to be.
Yeah, caution out on the racetrack. It's going to trap a couple guys a lap down. Jacob cushion pushing. I was trying to see if I could figure out who was involved in that incident potentially here. Turf Tech does have some damage to that number 10. Klein has some to the 12, but I don't know. More damage for Mike. I don't know if he could have been involved.
So it looks like the 41 of Marini was going to go down pit road, and I believe he lost it onto the apron. He hit the inside wall, bounced out a little bit, and then collected the number 18 of GTR Mike.
So that'll bring a caution here late. That will get the... Which car is going to get back on the lead lap here? Let me see. GTR Jacob is going to get the free pass. Sauce takes the wave around as we're getting back going again here real quick. At the end of stage 2 here, it's Big Jim off with the lead, but here comes Blakey T in that number 14. It's Dicey off of 2 there. Sauce in the middle of a 3-wide battle there. We got another car around here in turn 4. It's the 2 of Warpig up against the outside wall. No caution yet. He's going to get it back going, but I think he just might call it a night for that number 2 Miller Lite Ford. 12 laps to go here in stage 2. Everyone can make it to the end. But the battle is on here for the stage win as they're going to go around this 2 car here. And I'm going to make the suggestion that the 2, if he's listening, go ahead and leave out of the race so that we're not causing any wrecks. However, the battle is on there, Butters.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm right along with 14 cars. So, yeah, he's giving Big Jim a whole rearview mirror full of that white bumper of that Ford. So, yeah, they're tight with the number 11 of Sharp and the 42 of
10 to go.
Celtics. Your top 4 here, like I said, with Clay saying with 10 to go. As 11 goes under the 14 here, we'll see if he makes it stick.
Yep, he's going to push him wide a little bit. Will he get it to stick? I don't know that he will, but they're going to dive it off into
42 right there.
The 42's going to make it 3 wide there. That's going to give the run off the corner of the 14. They're going to get door to door there just a little bit. That the 11 and the 42. You got the 88 shoving the 11 a little bit there, shoving his nose underneath that 11 of Sharp. And this is just smooth sailing for the 24 at this point.
Right, that's what he's going to like to see. He watches he's liking these guys battling behind him, which they kind of settled down a little bit with Blakey T kind of settle in a little bit of a gap there on that third place car of Celtics.
I want to take a peek here before we get to the end of this stage here and have a chat with you regarding this 21 car that's battling with Cope for 6th. That's cushion pushing in the 21, and we don't see him race in Cobra all that often. He started on Team Litsum this year in Xfinity, and Sauce decided to go with someone else as the battle is on for 3rd. You got Celtics diving to the bottom of the racetrack to block the 11, but talking more about this 21. As he gets into the 19 there just a little bit off of 2. Hold on. We got to get to this 3rd place battle because it is 3 wide down the front straightaway. Mike G's going to look for 3rd underneath the 11 of Sharp. Sharp's going to get a run into the corner, though, to clear the 42. And here comes the 11 to the outside of the 88, and the battle is on. But the battle might be about to be on for this stage win. Blakey T bringing the pressure to the 24. He's going to look to the inside and then tuck in line right there behind him. There are 4 laps to go here in stage 2. As they make their way down the back straightaway, they'll see 3 to go. What does Blakey T have in store? He didn't have anything in store for him at the end of stage number 1. Can Blakey T come back through and get a stage win here? It's all kicking off here, Butters.
Yeah, I'm going to jump back up front here just in a second, but I just want to make a comment. We're going back to that second pack, and there's a new visitor there in that pack of the 48 of Derek Cope, as he just went around the number 11 of Sharp to take that position away from him. So he's running in that fifth spot right now, that number 48.
So I believe we have 2 laps to go, is it? Yes, 2 laps to go here. What does Blakey T have for the 24? They're going to come around and see the white flag for stage number 2 here, and the battle is on for third as Celtics is trying to look to take that away from Mike G, but back up here at the front. White flag is in the air here in stage number 2. They're going to work off of turn 2. Blakey T is going to try and get a run down the back straightaway. What would Blakey T do for a stage win? They're going to dive it off into 3 and 4. Blakey T drives it hard. Can he beat him back to the gas? No. The green and white checkered flag is out for the second time tonight for the 24 of Big Jim. I believe Mike G is going to get third over Mopower Celtics. Indeed, Derek Cope's going to find himself finishing in the 5th spot here in stage 2 as we await the remainder of the top 10 in this stage. It all went awry again for Sharp, who finishes 6th. And then the remainder of the top 10, GTR Pete Colligator, GTR Jacob, GTR Sauce, GTR Mike.
We got the boys
finishing out that top 10.
Yep.
This is going to be Marini there in 11th. He is the final car on the lead lap. Cushion Pushin' is 12th. He'll see the lucky dog be thrown his way. Turf Tech finds himself 13th. Kleinboy 14th, and a recently retired Warpig finishes up there in the 15th spot in stage 2.
I just want to point out this last stage here. Guy to watch here, man. Super impressive. There's a guy hot seating at 48. He's going to start this stage running in the 4th spot. So
yeah, here we go. Starting the final stage here at Richmond, and we've had a swap between 2nd and 3rd. A bad pit stop for the 14 team. Knocks that 88 forward to the front row for this restart, but it's Big Jim off with the lead. So it's Big Jim off with the lead. Mike G finds himself 2nd. Blakey T runs in 3rd. 4th right now is Cope. He is the highest runner of the non-playoff drivers. The 42 of Celtics finds himself in that 5th spot. 6th belongs to Sharp. 7th is Pete Cola. 6 of the top 7 are playoff drivers.
Yeah, and that's about what you're going to see. You know, that's what you expect to see. These playoff guys at the top trying to battle it out, but. Yeah, going back, like I said, the non-playoff driver in that 48 Chevy Camaro of Derek Cope, man. Big fan of him. I'm going to be cheering him on it. I'm not going to be biased, but that's the guy I'm cheering for, man. 100%.
If you've just joined us within the last 15 to 20 minutes, we were set to have a wild playoff cut line battle between 4 or 5 drivers. Unfortunately, we did not see starts come in for the one of JCR Clashin'. And, of course, the 48 of Drunkfest, of course, his work schedule having to change up. As why you see that 48 being driven tonight by Derek Cope. Unfortunately, Drunkfest will see his playoffs come to an end. And as well, we've got a wreck here in 3 and 4. No caution. Jacob is going to call it a night. Him and Klein had a lot of contact there. Don't know if those two are happy with each other, but the 20 of GTR Jacob is done for the evening.
Unfortunate. Hate to see it. But yeah, unfortunate event there for GTR Jacob.
But going back to what I was saying, we didn't see starts from Drunkfest, of course, him not being able to work, and JCR Clash and just not making the race tonight. Those two are on the cut line, and unfortunately those two will be the two that are eliminated. So our playoff field was set when we dropped the green flag here tonight. Not sure that any of these drivers know it, because Blakey T just drove right underneath the 88 of Mike G, taking that 2nd spot away from him, just like that. You kind of got a breakaway here of about, let's see, that's the top 6, I believe it is. That's correct. The top 6 have kind of broken away from everybody else.
Yeah, I noticed that a little bit of a pack split there. I would say you probably got about a second and a half lead on that second pack.
I'll tell you what, these two just can't get away from each other. The 9 of Sauce, the 41 of Marini. Marini drives off into 4. Oh, he barely gets the slide job done on Sauce.
When he crosses him up, he goes back underneath him.
Yeah, here comes that 9 diving to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to clear the 41 again up off of turn 2. But Marini's going to drive underneath him. There might have been a little contact there. And here comes the 21 of Cushion pushing now into the fight. The battle is on for 8th on the racetrack. This is 8th, 9th, and 10th, all under a blanket here as they enter turn 1. Sauce is going to drive it off into the corner. Marini goes wide. Cushion pushing opens the door for Sauce a little. Marini gets the wall off of 2, running that higher lane. And Sauce is going to look for the move for 8th on Cushion pushing there off of turn 4. Cushion pushing grabs the wall there. Marini has to dive out of the way to avoid a collision between him and that 21. It is all kicking off here for the 8th spot.
Yeah, super sweet battle there, man, watching that.
Oh, man, a massive retirement out of the race. The 19 of Picola has also called it a night for that 19 team. They did not seem to have the pace to run with that front pack. And Picola, knowing his situation, knows he's all set to go after scoring at least 2 or 3 stage points, maybe a little more than that. He decided he was going to pack it in a little bit early and go on home. Don't blame him at all.
Yep, load her up, boys. I'm going to the beer garden.
And so that is the second, nonetheless, though, that is the second retirement for the GAS camp here tonight at Richmond. And so that leaves Sharp and GTR Mike as the final 2 remaining guys there out of that GAS stable. But you kind of see the front 2 pull away from the rest of the pack. You got Blakey T and Big Jim, of course, those 2 kind of been the 2 best cars here tonight. Hate to say I told you so, but if y'all have been watching this year, you know the short tracks belong to Big Jim and Blakey T. And, you know, if Draven was still here racing with us, I'd say Draven would be up here battling with these guys because those guys just know how to get around the short tracks.
Yeah, for sure. You just named a lot of a bunch of powerhouse guys there, like you said, for short track racing.
We did have a change for the 3rd spot, though. Your guy, Derek Cope, just won the Xfinity race earlier in the number 7 for Litsum, driving the 48 in replacement of Drunkfest. And this is a good run for this 48 tonight.
Yeah,
the guy
sure.
You're rooting for.
Yeah, it's like I said, go way back. I mean, the first league race I ever got in a league race, and that's where got into to know Derek Cope. So, known the guy here for almost 3 years now. So I've always been a big fan of that guy. He's a great guy, great character. He's always exciting to listen to and talk to, and yeah, for sure.
They are approaching 59 laps to go here in this race as we've got the 10 of Turf Tech, I do believe, headed down pit road here. I wonder if he's going to pack it up here. He just might do it. That Smithfield number 10 for Eclipse Motorsports. I don't know if he's calling it a night or if it's just an early pit stop for that 10 team. It'll be worth watching, but we're going to keep it going here. Oh, the 48 nails the wall off of turn 4. And a newly minted 3rd place runner is Mobile Celtics, who just got around Mike G.
Bad break that 48 as he slapped that wall, let that 42 gain that position on him. And going back to Turf Tech, he did just take a pit stop. He did come out of pit road.
Just an early pit stop for them, it looks like. the rebounding has not really seemed to work for that 11 of Sharp. I don't know what's happened. He, for the longest time there in Stage 1 and for the early part of Stage 2, appeared like he was at least the third best car on the racetrack, and he has kind of fallen back here just a little bit. It has not panned out for the 11 here in Stage 3 so far.
57 to go, Clay.
I got 56 to go.
You could be. I could be a lap behind.
Make that 55 to go now.
There you go.
I do believe.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct. 55. What we've had happen here, though, I was kind of looking further back in the pack. I don't know what has... I was trying to figure out what happened to the 21 of Cushion Pushin'. Or perhaps more what has happened to the 41 of Marini, because those guys were battling it out. Yeah, so Cushion Pushin's gotten around Marini, and Marini's falling way back here. He's completely lost track of Sauce and Cushion, but Sauce has continued his pull away of Cushion. So those guys have kind of separated out a little bit here, though. And also, here's another thing to note, is Blakey T has kind of fallen off of Jim a little bit here, as Jim continues his dominating run here tonight. We should see a pit stop, though. We absolutely should see a pit stop at some point within the next 20 to 25 laps. As the battle is on here for 5th, Sharp goes underneath Cope for the 5th spot on the track, and Sharp's going to get around that 48. I think the 48, him getting into the wall there, was big news for him, because I think he could have a little bit of right side damage there. I can't really tell real well. But the battle's getting ready to be on for 4th. Mike G going at it with Sharp. So what do you have your eye on as we wind down here with 50 laps to go in this race?
Well, I think the battle is going to be for second, third, and fourth place cars. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for Big Jim here by the end. So that guy is just super strong on a rail.
We're wrecking on the front stretch.
Oh.
It's all kicking off. Klein's gone around on the front stretch, and Jim's caught up in it. He's hard into the inside wall. Big time wreck here on the front straightaway at Richmond. Is there no caution? There is no caution. The 24 is out of the race. Just like that. The 12 went around on the front stretch. Jim tried to avoid, couldn't do it. Slammed the wall, and that's the end of the race for the 24. Unbelievable.
Our leader is, sitting on pit road. Unfortunate event. I bet you.
And that's also going to spell the end for the 12 of Klein. Wow, big development. So that's going to turn the lead over to the 14 of Blakey T. And I'm going to have to jump over to a new stream to get a lap counter. See if Sharp's streaming tonight. Sharp is not streaming tonight. Oh, man. I don't know how many laps we're going to have left.
I can get you here.
Is Marini streaming?
I'm not sure. I got mics up. Gator mics. I would say we got about 45 to go.
Mike should be on the lead lap.
Yep, he is running in 6th.
And Blakey T, so we're going to have to regroup here a little bit. Blakey T is the race leader, and I believe that's going to put the 40... Is that the 42 in second?
Yep, that's More Power Celtics.
And he's starting to run Blakey T down a little bit here. Wow. So it's between the 14 and 42 here now. Take your pick. But third now, Jumping right back into the mix is the 11 of Sharp. Don't count that 11 out just yet.
No, for sure. He's going to have something here at the end here, I believe.
4th belongs to Cope. 5th belongs to the 88 of Mike G. And, of course, GTR Mike running there in that 6th spot. I believe that's going to elevate Sauce to 7th. So, it has all gone up in smoke here tonight at Richmond. Tempers are boiling over too.
Well, the old saying, it is short track racing. So yeah, it's we knew it was going to be exciting tonight, and we had the strongest car out there, pretty much owning the race, and just like that, an unfortunate event with a car spinning, collecting your leader, and ends his night. But yeah, I mean, that's just how things go sometimes. So it looks like it's just right now it's a 2-car race here up front here between Blakey T and Celtics. Looks like the distance is... Looks like it's been about the same the last couple laps now, so... We'll see how hard... or we'll see how hard Celtics pushes it here once he pits. Because I believe there's going to be another round here. It's got to be. Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the battle for the lead is getting ready to heat up. Blake gets the wall, and I'm telling you, this 42 is on a mission to catch this 14. We got the two
30.
teammates side by side for third. Mike G going at it with Cope. What happened to the 11? Is he on pit road? Where is the 11 of Sharp? He is on pit road.
Yep, he hit pit road. He's coming in for his pit stop.
We've had a change for the 5th spot. Cushion Pushin' finds himself in the top 5.
Sharp's going to come out of pit road. We'll see where he blends in here. So he comes in right behind that Blakey T and Celtic. So he's probably going to get around these guys. Obviously, he's going to have the fresher tires. So it shouldn't take him too much to clear these two guys to get back on the tail end of that lead lap.
Yeah, how much will Sharp getting around them affect that 14? Pulling up to the back bumpers, the 42 of Celtics. Pulling up to Blakey T's bumper, it gives him a little bit of a bump. Blakey T's going to hold the bottom lane, though, try and get a run to hold the lead here. But the battle is on.
Number 48 coming off pit road. So he's done for the night as far as his last stop.
42 is on pit road as well.
But it looks like there's 4 cars that have not pitted yet. 3 cars. with about 28 to go.
Oh, yes, there we go. I was trying to see if I could find someone to get a lap counter here, and I found Blakey T's Twitch, so that is good news for me. Got the 41 of Marini slowing here on the front of the on the front stretch. I don't know if he was letting the 42 and 48 go, but 41 slowing down a little bit on the racetrack. The 88 of Mike G is your leader. Blakey T just took 29 to go. I don't know if that's how many are to go or not. I think it's less than that because I think Blakey T's a lap down.
I'll take a look here. I believe Mike got nailed for speeding. Yes, he's waiting.
Oh man.
Yeah, he served a speeding penalty, so that's for sure going to put him 2 laps down.
Yep, so the top 5 right now, Mike G is first, Marini is second, Blakey T is third, Sharp is fourth, Celtics is fifth. So Sharp got out ahead of Celtics.
Mike G hit pit road.
Trying to get past this pit cycle. Marini still out on the racetrack. Marini is the leader.
Yeah,
Sorry to go kind of quiet here a little bit, trying to regroup this field after the incident between Klein and Big Jim, which I cannot believe didn't bring out a caution.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you had that mishap on pit road between Mike and I can't remember who it was again. But yeah, that brought out a yellow, but that one didn't, and that's kind of hard to believe. That's what's another a flaw of this game. I mean.
Marini's going to see 22 laps to go here.
So yeah, right around here at 42. And it looks like he's trying to gain ground there on that number 11 FedEx Toyota. As 11's going to come up upon, I believe that's going to be lap traffic, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does here, if he's going to get all cleanly, move out of the way, or if he's going to race. Obviously, they know the rules out there as far as lap cars, but yeah, Turf Tech just generously just moves up to the high side, slides up, and the other 2 boys just slide underneath him, and off and running we go without any incident.
It is worth noting that Blake is catching Marini very quickly. This will be 19 to go for Marini. Blakey T is about 9.5 seconds back of Marini. And reminder, Marini does still have to pit. I believe he'll be pitting this time. Yep, here comes that 41. He's going to peel off the racetrack onto the apron, and he'll see pit road.
Yep, he did hit, yep, for sure. He's coming down pit road at number 41 Ford.
I think he was hoping for a caution, and he just didn't get it.
Right.
As there comes Blakey T, he's going to go on by in that number 14. The lead is going to come to the Virginia native, another home racetrack, you could say, although Blakey T considers Bristol his hometown, I do believe. His hometown track. I believe he's actually about halfway between Bristol and Richmond, so I guess he could call either one of them his home racetrack. But he is a Virginia native, looking to win his home race. Unfortunately, didn't work out for another home native of Big Jim. However, Blakey T has about a 3.5-second lead looking back here to the battle for second, which is now between Celtics and Sharp.
So we look at it around 17 to go.
I got 16 to go.
Okay.
So you got Celtics there in second. Third belongs to Sharp. Fourth is your boy Derek Cope, who, if he continues and finishes in that fourth spot, will get the driver of the day and will get an interview from me. And you got Mike G sitting up there in fifth. I was trying to see if I could get back here to take a peek at who is in the sixth spot. I believe that is GTR Mike still. Is he still in sixth? Can we get a check on that to see if Mike is still sixth?
Mike
there,
G?
Butters? You said you... No, GTR Mike.
He's running ninth.
He's ninth. So
yeah,
I
believe
that is going to put... I'm trying to get a peek here at who might be sixth.
He just got around Mike. He just got around Marini for the A spot.
I think it's a big time battle for sixth. I think sixth might just be Sauce.
Sixth is
and then
Sauce.
Seventh would be
Push.
Cushion. Yep, Cushion Pushin' will be seventh. Eighth is gonna be
Mike.
Now who would be?
Mike
eighth is Mike.
Mike is 11 seconds behind Cushion Pushin'.
So Mike is eighth. That'll put Marini ninth, and I believe Turf Tech is 10th.
Yep, that's your top 10.
Blake continues to pull away, by the way. He is gapping Celtics and Sharp even more. Now a 4-second lead for the 14, with 11 laps to go. Blakey T hasn't won a race yet this year, so he's 10 laps away from his first win of the year.
Yeah, he picked the perfect time to bring that in, so he's going to get his first win of the year, plus lock him into that next round.
Yeah, he didn't really have any stress on it,
I don't want to. Yeah, stranger things have happened. You know that, Chase or Clay out here.
Going back to Kansas, we saw 3 guys, Picola, Jim, and Sauce run a fuel save, and Picola was leading at the white flag. Sauce passed him in turn 1, and then off of 4, Big Jim came around both of them for the win as they ran out of fuel coming to the line.
Right.
We also saw a photo finish earlier this year at Homestead between, I believe, JCR Clashin and Marini, where Marini came out on top. Unfortunately, Marini would just miss out on the playoffs, but it was a win for him, and he also won at Canadian Tire earlier this year. But it is Blakey T with the lead as it stands right now, looking for that first win. Get a check on how many laps to go right now. 7 laps remaining. Looking further back, you see Celtics beginning to pull away from Sharp. It's becoming very apparent that our top 3 is probably Blakey T, Mopower Celtics, and Sharp. And those will be the 3 that will see the interview stand here for tonight at Richmond. And it's been an eventful night, which we'll recap it all for you at the end of the race here, but we still have a handful of laps remaining.
Yeah, just sitting here riding along with the 42 of Mopower Celtics. He's just basically cruising around. I don't think he's getting losing any ground to that number 11. I don't believe, but yeah, as we wind down, we got that number 11, and right in that 4th spot is Derek Cope.
There remains 4 laps here at the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia, as we see the number 14 Ford Performance Racing School Ford, driven by Blakey T, the Virginia native, like I mentioned just a little bit ago. He's going to see 3 laps to go here from the Richmond Raceway. He gets the wall on the straightaway there just a little bit. It is a 4-second lead for the number 14. He has not won a race yet this year. I believe he's finished runner-up a couple different times this year. And so far this year, he does have 5 top 5s, I think. This is going to be 3 to go for him. If I remember correctly, we're doing a lot of stuff here all at once. Yeah, Blakey T, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, only 1 stage win, and he didn't win either stage tonight. Finished runner-up to Big Jim in both of those stages. So he's looking to do something that has been a sort of a premium for him this year, on top of the fact that he just hasn't won a race yet. But he's going to see 2 laps to go. No, this is the final lap. We're going to dive down the back straightaway with this 14. He's not seen victory lane yet this year, but he made his way into the playoffs with a super consistent year. Off turn number 4, the hometown hero's going to win at Richmond. Blakey T finds victory lane.
Wow, nice job. Congratulations.
They're going to see... We're going to see Mo Palace Celtics come home in the 2nd spot. Sharp's going to come home in 3rd. Derek Cope is going to finish 4th. Mike G 5th. Sauce looks like he'll come home 6th. Cushion Pushin' will come home 7th. An excellent drive for the 21 tonight. GTR Mike is going to finish there in the 8th spot. Let me see. 9th is going to go to Marini, and Turf Tech will finish up in the 10th spot.
For sure. So we wait here. We'll jump back in. I'm sure Clay is going to grab the fastest lap here once he gets back into the lobby. So yeah, as we're
fastest lap is Celtics, it appears. 27.97. He barely gets it by 1/1000th over Blakey T.
Wow. What a battle.
So we will wait for the guys. We'll wait for the rest of the top 3 to come on in.
Well, I believe Derek Cope's in here, our 4th place car.
He is.
So we can start with him.
Yep, You're correct. However, in your hot seat tonight, after winning the Xfinity race, you come in here, race with the Cup guys, not a regular Cup driver, and you come up here and you run with these boys, you finish 4th. You're the driver of the day, my guy, and it was a great run for you tonight. Talk about it a little bit. And so you also won the Xfinity race earlier tonight. Was that really a big help for the Cup race tonight? I know your goal was to win an Xfinity because you're a playoff driver over there, but talk about what it was like winning and then running this well in Cup tonight, just in general.
Yeah, like I said, once again there, buddy, it's you got invited in. Every week we do like a hard charger driver of the week or driver of the race, and we got you in here, and I mean, you drove that 48 up through the field. Like I said, another strong run, and always glad to get a chance to chat with you again there, Cope. But yeah, congratulations, man. Good run. You bet.
Yeah, congratulations, man. So we'll step over and talk to our third place guy of Sharp, and man, it feels like you had to fight real hard to get up to third tonight. You were probably the third best car tonight. I mean, Blakey T and Big Jim were absolutely on a rail, but you were the third best out there. But you kind of fell back there a little bit in stage two. Kind of fell up there behind Cope and Mike G and a couple other guys, Celtics as well. But you come home with third. You're advancing to the next round. I don't know if you knew this, but you were locked in from the rip because Drunk Fest and JCR Clashing did not show up tonight. So you were in from the rip, but you came in 5 points ahead of the cut line. So kind of talk about those nerves a little bit, and of course how those were able to be settled by the start of the race.
We keep this brief because of the background noise. First and foremost, congrats to Blakey T. I know, obviously, maybe not the way he wanted to win. He wanted the battle out with Jim, but regardless, great job on getting the first one of the season winner, especially at a critical time like this. That's momentum for you. Yeah, at the battle, I felt like I did have a decent car tonight. Not quite up to par with Blakey and Jim, and then Celtics came on after that second stage when he got his adjustments in. He was flying too. Knew I had to try something in stage 3 to maybe try to short pit and get ahead of him, but man, Blakey just had a heck of a pit entry, pit exit, everything. I couldn't even get past him there, so well earned on his part. We had a decent run, third place. Obviously, it's the run I was hoping for, regardless of whether JCR and Drunk would have made it there. I felt like I would have been safe, by the run that I had. So it's momentum going to the next round. I'm very much looking forward to Watkins Glen. It is my number one favorite track, and then Charlotte was so good to me last season up until that final little run. So two good tracks in a row line up for round of 6, so I'm very excited to get this next round started.
Well, it was another solid run for you. You're moving on to the round of 6. We head for Watkins Glen next week. I know road courses are tracks you look forward to. Is this what you're looking forward to get to that championship for? Is next week the week that you're eyeing to potentially win your way into the final round with?
Absolutely. Watkins Glen is my absolute number one track, favorite track, best track in the game. I have the utmost confidence that I can go out there. I mean, if you want to call this me calling my shot right now, yes, I feel like the Glen is going to be the track that I could finally break through, get the win, and secure my spot in the Final Four. Obviously, first time racing with a lot of these guys at the D and NCRL. I didn't get to compete in the championship. A bunch of lag outs last season, just didn't make the championship didn't even make the playoffs. So, this is kind of a redeem season for me on my way out. I got 3 more races. I want to make them the best 3 races I can with these guys, continue to try to run good races for guys and everything, represent well for them there. So just want to get off to a good start at the Glen and have a solid race at Charlotte as well. And, if it all works out, we'll be there ready for Vegas.
Butters, you got anything for Sharp?
Yeah, it's, quick shout out, Sharp. I mean, congratulations on your run. Looks like, like you said, you're looking forward next week to Watkins Glen. You're going to be pretty much, like you said, heavy favorite. How can I say that? Kind of almost a perfect setup for you to lock yourself into that championship for the way the schedule came out. But like I said before, I know I've reached out to you couple times. Anybody out there listening or watches this is the guy that does our power rankings, and he does an excellent job. No one ever asked him to do it. He just took it upon himself to do it, and he does a great job of it. And just want to say appreciate you, Sharp. And but yeah, congratulations tonight, man. Another strong run there for that 11.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just a little something that I took upon myself. I felt it help the guys, I don't know, give them a little extra motivation to run on track and everything. And, if you want to go off for rankings, we have a very stacked group this season there, and many others who weren't in the rankings that ran very well at times this season. Obviously the top 6 who have made it to the next round, they're going to be very tough to beat here. And, as confident as I could be in the next track, you just never know what could happen. You can't take anything for granted. There are plenty of guys who are strong in the road courses there. Blakey's one of them there, so I have to give him his props as, obviously with this win, that's going to give him some confidence going to the next round that he can keep it going there. So definitely have my eyes on him as a strong competitor there. Looking forward to going head-to-head with him there possibly. And, like I said, 1 race at a time, and we got 3 more, so we're going to enjoy them the best I can, and we'll see what happens.
For sure. Couldn't agree with you more.
So looking forward to seeing what else you can do as we get into the round of 6 next week at Watkins Glen, man. So again, congratulations to you for your top 3. Mo Palace Celtics did not join the booth tonight. He decided to go ahead and pack it on in a little bit early tonight. Didn't want to take an interview, but he did finish second. Another great run for him. That is his, if you'll give me just 1 second to look at the numbers, that was his 6th top 5 of the year and his 10th top 10. So it's been a good year for him as well. He'll see his way into the next round of the playoffs. He wasn't really stressing a lot tonight. He came in 16 above the cut line. But it was another great finish for that 42 camp. For Venom Racing, he's kind of carrying the torch for them at this point with JCR Clash and Van out of the playoffs. But it's time for the main event of the evening. Talking to our race winner. It's a hometown win. How about this, Blakey T? Your first win of the year comes at one of your home race tracks.
Man, let me tell you guys, these guys out here made me work my butt for this race. I had no car to catch Jim, obviously, but if he's hearing this, man, Jim, don't do this. Stay with us. Don't leave. I know what you've been through. I've been through this before. It sucks. But anyways, miss you, Jim. I don't know, man. That was just a chaotic moment, and I just had to kind of get it together. And then I seen the 42 picking up ground, and me and him had a good battle. And then I had to hold him out till he pitted, and then I'd go an extra lap, and it worked out in my favor. But the short run and the long run, that was okay. But in that middle ground, we sucked. We could not. I don't know something about the car. Car sucked for that part of the race. But yeah, I'm so happy. I haven't been this happy in a while. I haven't been victory lane in a while either. So it feels good to finally get this off my back. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I feel like running into a wall right now. I'm so happy. So I needed this more than anything. I needed the momentum. We've been so consistent all year, and we've just not had the win, and we finally get it. Of course, it came to the expense of the 24. I think that's what Jim drives, and yeah, it's a bittersweet one. But you know, things happen in the playoffs. Just like Sharp said, anything can happen. And it was in my favor tonight. It may not go in my favor the next 2 races. You never know. So I'm gonna walk out of Richmond with my head held high and enjoy a delicious cold beverage. And,
we're headed for Watkins Glen next week, and then the following weekend is Charlotte. What are your plans for this next round? I know Sharp has already called his shot with Watkins Glen. You want to call your shot with Charlotte right now?
Well, you know, I could, but like I said, anything can happen. We got so many more. You know, we had a lot of talented guys last year, and obviously, I had one of the best cars last year, but things happen. At the end of that race, and it was kind of chaotic. So I think we just take the same approach we did last year. And then with Watkins Glen, it's my favorite road course. So this is gonna be a really good round for me. If I can just make it through the chaos, I think we have a chance to go to Vegas, contend for a title, and that's the main goal. Obviously, this helps me out. Yeah, like I said, I'm so happy, guys. I could just run into a couple walls, fall down steps, I'd be just fine. I'm so happy right now. I don't even know what to say.
Butters, what you got for our winner?
Like I said, you kind of talked a little bit about what I was going to ask you. I know, like we said, Blakey, you're always a class act. Always a pleasure to have you in the booth. It's a pleasure to have you in this league. But when I was doing a little reading this week on our Discord channel, you mentioned something about you had a strategy to get yourself a championship this year. So with the results of tonight, is that adjusting that, or was this part of your plan or what you're thinking, or is this going to adjust your strategy a little bit?
Well, I can't tell what, obviously I can
obviously.
tell you this. I can obviously tell you this. I've come into the playoffs with a different mindset than I would in a normal race, even if it was the playoffs. I don't know, just something about being able to contend for a title because I couldn't last year. I've had to change my racing style, and and what I think is the best time to do these pittings and this and that. And so far, it's worked out. It worked pretty well in Kansas. We just didn't have the speed there towards the end, and it worked out here. It worked out here. I was kind of nervous. I didn't know if we were going to have the best car here tonight, and I had to go for stage points and just get as many points as I could, stay up front. And then when I realized we had a rocket, it was a little bit easier to focus on my strategies.
Yep.
My ideas.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
So yeah, y'all have just heard from our race winner tonight, Blakey T, his first win of the season in the Cup Series here. He wins at his home racetrack at Richmond. Let's recap this night here a little bit real quick here, Butters. Stage 1 saw a really dominating performance by Big Jim, but followed closely there by Blakey T. He battled Jim all night. Jim had the better car for a good chunk of this race, but Big Jim wins Stage 1. Stage 2 goes the way of Big Jim as well. Blakey T fighting a little bit harder. Those adjustments starting to come in for that 14. We do see a wreck in that stage between GTR Mike and Marini, as Marini got loose on the apron, spun, collected the 18. That brought out the first true caution of the race for us. Stage 3, Big Jim got out again to a lead. Blakey T still following there in second. And then we see Kleinboy have a little bit of an issue with lag, perhaps, goes around on the front straightaway, collects Big Jim in the process, unfortunately ending the night for the 24. That hands the lead over to the 14, kind of just sitting there waiting for something to happen, hoping he could get it done, and he gets it done, and so Blakey T wins this race.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself there, Clay. But yeah, I just, like I said, congratulate them top 3 for sure. Again, Derek Hope for being that hard charging position tonight, finishing 4th. But yeah, I guess if you don't have any more, Clay, I guess we can pretty much call it a night. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to end it here tonight, guys. I want to thank everybody that did tune in and is going to tune in if they catch the stream later. But don't forget to subscribe and stuff to the channel. You got any buddies out there, mention it. But yeah, we're going to call it a night. Next week we're going to be at Watkins Glen for the second round, first race of the second round for both Xfinity and the Cup guys. So with that, we're going to call it a night. I'd like to thank everybody. Thank Clay again for being up in the booth with me. I want to thank all the drivers of the league. And till then, we'll check you out next Friday night. See ya.